umpires. Here's the clock. Here's the official time.
Way to go, Flava Flav. That is beautiful. Just, it's a 7:05 first pitch, so you don't mind, Mr. Eddings? Don't forget. So thanks, Mr. Parrott. Thanks, Andy Olson and others. So we're ready to go. Got all the business out of the way, and Stephen Drew is stepping in. Stephen Drew hitting .273 on the year. Was 1 for 6 last night. 7 homers, 40 RBIs on the season. Second pitch, a fly ball to left. And Millage is there. So 2 pitches, 1 out, and a good start. Check out the rest of the lineup. A.J. Hinch's lineup against the Pirates, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Drew flies to left. Gerardo Parra, a Rookie of the Year candidate, is in left field. And it's Justin Upton. Mark Reynolds' current road trip hitting .471 with 4 home runs. Miguel Montero, the catcher. Ryan Roberts at second base. Then Chad Tracy, Chris Young, and Doug Davis.
And already Salazar and Millage conferring. They still got a little sun factor out in left center field, but first ball handled nicely by Lastings. See that little half moon, and Jeff Salazar is out in a big outfield, and he's got a little sun to contend with for just the first inning. That won't be there when he gets back out. Well, Mr. Ohlendorf owes a little payback to the Diamondbacks and Mr. Davis. 2 starts ago, they hooked up, and it was a shutout thrown by Doug Davis against the Pirates. See if we can turn it around.
Ross Ohlendorf
doing just fine. His 23rd start. Excuse me, 22nd start. Get that number right.
He gave up 3 runs, 2 earned in his 6 innings against the Diamondbacks on July the 25th, as Doug Davis and 3 others combined to 8 hit Pittsburgh, the shutout. They shut out the Pirates on the 25th and 26th by scores of 7-0 and 9-0. And then last night, 6-0 on the 1-hitter. So the Pirates and Ohlendorf owe the D-backs.
Last 3 starts for Ross Ohlendorf just fine, giving up 2 earned runs in each of those last 3 outings. And he has been very, very good here at PNC Park. 7-2 overall this year.
A little chin music. A fastball, 2-2. Been talk that Ohlendorf's 4-seamer is getting up there toward the mid-90s once again. Off speed, and it's 2-2.
You see Ross Ohlendorf, his delivery when we look from in back of the pitcher, he has that good downward plane. When he releases the ball, it's not a flat flight to home plate. It's from upstairs to downstairs. That creates a little more of an angle for any hitter to try to have to deal with.
In the air to deep right center field. And this will reach the wall and skip well past Salazar, and that's going to be played into a triple, and something we've talked about a lot this season. Outfielders around baseball just get too close to the outfield wall when they realize they're not going to be able to catch it. They've got to back up, and they play doubles into triples, and that's exactly what happened to Salazar.
Right, you get trapped between the wall and the ball. And the race is on now.
So instead of a double off the wall, which it should have been, it's a triple.
Once again, and it happens all the time, you cannot hide from the baseball. You cannot hide. First start out there, and
ground ball to first. Nicely done. Pierce looking. Parra all the way as he shuffles to first base. The infield cuts off that run. The defense for the Pirates, Millage in left, Salazar in center, Garrett Jones in right. Andy LaRoche, Ronnie Cedeno on the left side, Delwyn Young, Steve Pierce on the right, and Jason Jaramillo catching Ohlendorf. Ohlendorf just got a big out from Justin Upton. Salazar is making his first Pirate start. Who knows whether that man, McCutcheon, would have made that catch, but it's fair to say that having played as many games as he has now in this outfield, he'd backed up and not allowed that extra 90 feet. But Ollendorf can make it a moot point if he can get Mark Reynolds.
Here's what you want to do as a pitcher. You want to pick your guy up, get this out, get him off the hook.
And Reynolds, oftentimes it's feast or famine. He was 3 for 5 with an RBI last night. He is second in the league in home runs, has 32 of them. That is 4 behind the major league leading Albert Pujols, who will come to town along with Matt Holliday this weekend. His 74 RBIs for Reynolds, tied for 6th. But he also leads the league, having struck out 146 times.
Good fastball there. That's that 94-mile-an-hour fastball, up and in. Not only good speed, but well positioned. Up and in, tied him up. You can see the handle of the bat going over the baseball. If he hits it, the bat breaks right in half.
Ollendorf ahead of Mark Reynolds, 0-2, 146 strikeouts to lead the league. Jaramillo sets up inside again and gets away, and the Pirates get a great deflection off the limestone.
Wow.
You never know what a wild pitch is going to do here at PNC Park, and a fortuitous bounce back right to the catcher on a Southwest field cam.
We'll talk about missing. You saw Jaramillo set up inside right there, and he's got no chance as 90-some miles an hour out of that neighborhood he was set up for. I don't know if we can show the surface or not, but it's such an uneven surface with that sandstone and back of home plate. It's not a flat surface at all, so you can get a lot of different angles, and that ball can go in any direction. That's too bad. I would have liked to see Parra take off for home plate. They've been out by 20 feet.
Still 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mark Reynolds. Hitting 283 on the year.
And we like to say that it's important for a catcher to really kind of be ready for anything with a runner on third base when your pitcher is out there ahead 0-2, because he's going to try to throw a pitch out of the strike zone. And as a catcher, you got to be ready. There's no chance for Jaramillo on that fastball.
Yes, he did. Struck him out. Ollendorf, nice. After the Parra triple, gets Upton to bounce out. Reynolds strikes out.
His center fielder, Jeff Salazar, who had a difficult time with that double/triple.
Check out the lineups for John Russell, brought to you by PNC. Ronnie Cedeno leads off for the first time this season. Lastings Millage hits second, then Delwyn Young, Garrett Jones, and Steve Pierce hitting .364 early portion of this homestand. Andy LaRose, Jeff Salazar, Jason Jaramillo, and Ross Ollendorf round out the starting 9.
Against the veteran left-hander, 33-year-old Doug Davis.
Cedeno leading off and takes a strike, showing bunt. He is 0 for 10 in his career against Doug Davis with 4 strikeouts. Make it 1 for 11.
2 hits in his last 2 at-bats.
Yeah, first time he has led off a major league game in at least a couple of years. Check out Doug Davis's numbers.
making his 23rd start. This guy's been around his 4th organization. He's won 86 major league ball games, 7-6 lifetime against the Pirates. He's no stranger to the Bucks. Started out with Texas, a little time with the Rangers, a little time with Toronto, a lot of time with Milwaukee, and then over to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Lastings Village up the first base side, and he is going to be out.
Out of the baseline?
Yes. According to Brian Knight.
And Perry Hill said, hey, that's the reason they have that room over there for him.
Here comes John Russell, and Perry Hill's showing exactly where he stepped. John Russell does not argue much, but he sees Perry Hill. He's going to go out there and discuss this with the first base umpire, Brian Knight. Take a look.
Nice push bunt by Lastings Millage. And he's going to try to avoid the tag of Tracy. He's coming outside that box. But that is such a gray area. I mean, there usually don't get many calls that are exactly the letter of the law.
Another look at the bunt.
You know, 2 more steps by Millage, and he has passed Tracy and doesn't have to take that little wide out.
Yeah. Gets credit for the sacrifice. And now it is Delwyn Young, and a chance to break this shutout string.
Yeah, and if you were with us during the open, we were talking about young hitters all around baseball being good fastball hitters. That's how they get to the big leagues. But the Arizona pitchers have been throwing a lot of soft stuff after the first 2 games that the Pirates scored nicely in out in Phoenix. And we're seeing Doug Davis with some soft stuff here early here in the first inning.
And a little flare that's going to be caught by Ryan Roberts. Check out the rest of the Diamondbacks defensively. Parra, Young, Upton in the outfield left to right. Mark Reynolds, Stephen Drew on the left side of the infield. Ryan Roberts, Chad Tracy on the right side. And Miguel Montero catches Doug Davis.
Just in case you're wondering, Doug Davis in his first 22 starts, 15 home runs. So a little bit vulnerable to the long ball. Bring that up with Garrett Jones stepping in. Off-speed pitch. Yeah, you'll be checking out the numbers. I will be to see if Davis, like the last 3 starters, stays kind of soft and tries to get the Pirate batters out in front.
Steve talked about at the outset. Here's a veteran, Doug Davis.
Now he's got 103 strikeouts in 130 innings, so he's just not some little soft tossing left-hander out there. He can get his share of Ks and then some. These days you don't know whether 81 miles an hour is an off-speed pitch or somebody's fastball. Been around for quite a while, has Doug Davis.
Now at the age of 33 from Sacramento, California. Strikes out. Garrett Jones looking. The Pirates had an opportunity, but nothing going yet. Nothing after 1. Casino opening up this Sunday.
Ross Ollendorf, stay hot at PNC Park. We told you he was 7-2 overall. He is 4-0 in his last 5 starts here. Don't help Doug Davis. He's second in the National League in issuing walks, so make sure you get strikes to hit.
An 8-pitch first inning, by the way, for Doug Davis. And Ollendorf was pretty efficient. First inning through 16, facing 4 batters. Miguel Montero takes a strike, batting .292. I'm going to go read the rule 605K, in terms of that base, the running lane. All fouled off 0-2 on that push bunt by Lastings Millage. We get a chance. Montero at the plate, and then Ryan Roberts, who scorched the Pirates for 2 home runs last night. And Chad Tracy will follow. And he went for a strikeout.
Number 2 for Ross.
Okay, in running the last half of the distance from home base to first base, while the ball is being fielded to first base, he runs outside to the right of the 3-foot line or inside the foul line, and the umpire's judgment in so doing interferes with the fielder taking the throw, in which case the ball is dead, except he may run outside the 3-foot line or inside the foul line to avoid a fielder attempting to field a batted ball. That's where the
so there's
fuzzy
more
line comes into play.
There's more forgiveness on the inside,
right?
In the fair ball area. Now, what happens on a base hit? They'll allow these guys to do that. Now, on a bunt, they won't allow it. They get more specific, but you've got more room there than you do.
There's an added comment on this rule. The lines marking the 3-foot lane are a part of that lane, and a batter runner is required to have both feet within the 3-foot lane. Within the 3-foot lane or on the lines marking the lane. The batter is permitted to exit the 3-foot lane by means of a step, stride, reach, or slide in the immediate vicinity of first base for the sole purpose of touching first base. So it's a bit cloudy, and it's all, as you said, umpire's judgment, but it was very close to first base. Was it within a stride? Oh, nice little play there. 5-3, as someone points out in the trailer, that a lot of rules are, well, I mean, that's the coach's box.
They're vague.
They are vague.
Well, the thing is, they'll give you can do anything when you're running in a base hit situation. They'll get a little testy in a situation where the first baseman has the ball and you're really consciously trying to avoid the tag. I thought it was a legitimate call.
Yeah, and there wasn't much of an argument from Russell. Ball 1 on Chad Tracy. Nice job, Andy LaRoche. One of the errors could have been avoided, and Steve Pierce will be the first to tell you. Pierce, an easy pick out of the dirt, was dropped. And then one that just got away is last night. Andy LaRoche didn't have a good grip on a ball, threw it into the dugout. This is a fine play to retire Ryan Roberts. Ollendorf falls behind Chad Tracy 3-0. Gets a quick 2 outs and now falls behind 3-0.
That's been a little bit of a theme for Pirate pitchers the last 2 or 3 or 4 games. Strike,
quick couple outs, and then what happens?
Not finishing the deal, not closing the deal for that 3rd out. And it's a legitimate factor, because sometimes you get 2 quick outs, 2 effective, impressive outs, and you relax a little bit, and that's the trap.
It's pulled foul into the seats. A 3-2 count. At some point, we're going to talk about Ross Ollendorf, and you and I were discussing this last night and even today, Steve, about Ollendorf when he came over from the Yankees. The Pirates, and they still figure they're going to get an innings eater, a guy that throws a lot of innings, pitches well into ball games. He wants to do that. He has thrown over 100 pitches this season only twice, and he walks Chad Tracy. But they really want him to be the workhorse, which leads us to the Geico quote book. Brian Cashman, when the Yankees acquired Ohlendorf from the Diamondbacks back in 2006, Cashman's quote: "He's big, physical, eats innings, and he's competitive. He's a workhorse." The Geico quote from the general manager of the Yankees.
I think that's a good description. He's big and he's solid. He looks like a Clydesdale out there. Big and strong.
The Yankees got him in 2007, January of 2007, along with now his teammate with the Pirates, Steven Jackson, and a couple of other players for Randy Johnson. He was a 4th-round pick of the Diamondbacks out of Princeton in 2004. Pirates got him last year in the Xavier Mady deal. And Chris Young takes ball 1.
So this is his first year, full year of starting. He's going to be in double-figure wins.
Yeah, for a so-called 4th starter. Maybe leading the staff in W's. Chad Tracy, 1 stolen base, 1 try.
Well, you got to figure this is 22nd start. He's going to get 10 more starts. He wins tonight. He's in double figures. Say he goes 6-4. I mean, that's 16 wins.
That's real impressive.
Darn right.
And he's got a good move to first base too. For a big man, he has shown an excellent move. Pickoffs National League leaders, Barrel.com stats. Doug Davis, his opponent, with 6 pickoffs. Ohlendorf and Paul Mahalem tied for 3rd in the league.
And that, I guess that doesn't count if you throw over to first base and the guy takes off, right? They don't call that a pickoff.
Stolen base.
Still, it's a very impressive thing that you do. Your timing is good, and you kind of hold your set position until the guy commits. That to me is as good as a pickoff.
2-1. By the way, Ohlendorf will turn 27 on Saturday. 6'4", 235 pounds, Austin, Texas native. He's now thrown 126 innings on the year. Totaled 132 last season. Combining with 4 different teams. The Yankees, their AAA affiliate in Scranton. The Pirates and the Pirates AAA affiliate in Indianapolis. Falls behind Young, 3-1. Ohlendorf. There you see his numbers for his career. Coming into this season, having pitched 36 games but only 5 starts, the Yankees used him exclusively as a reliever. 3-2 on Chris Young, who homered last night. At some point, we also wanted to talk about maybe Ohlendorf racking up some Ks tonight. He's got 2. But this lineup, 9 batters for the Diamondbacks tonight, have totaled 551 strikeouts. 9 hitters, including Doug Davis on deck. 551. That's 22 fewer than the entire New York Mets team. The Mets have struck out as a team the fewest in the league.
Wow.
No, he walked him, and he thought he had him. Took a step off the mound toward his dugout. Back-to-back free passes.
See why he? Yeah, you'll get that call a percentage of the time. He didn't get it there.
Not sure why he didn't get it. Doug Eddings, the home plate umpire. Brian Knight at first. Hunter Wendelstedt at second. Dana DeMuth is the crew chief. Doug Davis, his first few years in the big leagues, was an abysmal hitter. He's not great, but he's much better. And he takes ball 1.
And right now, Ohlendorf is not getting that outside part of the plate, that first base side of home plate.
Cedeno, look, the toss over to first. Going to say look out, but lobbed it to Pierce in plenty of time.
Pittsburgh is brought to you by McDonald's new McCafe coffees, creamy lattes, rich mochas, and frothy cappuccinos. Only at McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day.
Welcome back. Time to check out our Day Automotive this day in Pirates baseball history. Is on this day in 1921, KDKA airs the first ever radio broadcast of a Major League Baseball game. Harold Arlen on the air.
There he is, whose grandson, by the way, pitched for the San Diego Padres, Steve Arlen.
How about that?
Yep.
He called the first baseball game and first football game on radio in 1921, worked for KDK in Pittsburgh. And as Steve said, Steve Arlen, a Major League pitcher in the late 60s, early 70s.
Boy, he won best dressed, too, didn't he, Mr. Arlen?
Yes, he did. What an historic day it is in baseball. Pirates 8-5 victory over the Phillies from Forbes Field from the box seat area. And then he went on to broadcast the first ever football broadcast, college game between Pitt and West Virginia. Steve Pierce, Andy LaRoche, Jeff Salazar.
Against Doug Davis, who has had 5 double-figure win years in his career. Well, that happened with the Brewers.
Okay, Steve, this is a fastball count, 2-1. Off speed.
Turned it over. Yep.
That's what you're talking about. When you're in the minor leagues, it's a different game.
Well, yeah, 2-1.
In a sense.
2-1, you get the fastball.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get it here. These guys believe in their ability to come back, not give in.
3-1, fastball count. And
Yep, gets the slider. 3-1, hitter's count. Yep, you get a slider in under the hands. See Mr. Pierce out early in anticipation of that fastball. Didn't get it, so he has to shut the swing down.
So that's what you talked about. And it goes away again. And a walk to start the second.
We're talking about Doug Davis, second in the National League in issuing walks. Make him throw strikes.
Mel Stottlemyre Jr., the pitching coach, took over when A.J. Hinch replaced Bob Melvin. And a somewhat controversial move it was. A.J. Hinch had no previous managerial experience. And there's Kirk Gibson.
Former Pirate for a brief time. Nobody will ever forget the home run he hit in Dodger Stadium.
That's for sure.
More soft stuff. 66 miles an hour. I think he hit it off Dennis Eckersley.
Yep.
More soft stuff called for. The cutter, slider.
Hit it pretty well to left field. And very well to left field. Andy LaRoche gives the Pirates a 2-0 lead with his 5th home run.
There, the Pirates are on the board. The hex has ended.
At 29 innings.
So he waits on the soft stuff. The cutter didn't get in far enough, slider, whatever it was. And he sends it for the big ride to left center field. Davis knows it. Yep. Give me another ball.
Here's Andy LaRoche, the 5 homers and 41 ribbies. So the streak against Arizona, the scoreless inning streak ends.
Nice little at bat for Steve Pierce, too, to extend it and finally get the free pass, score in front of Andy's home run.
Salazar pops it up to the shortstop. Drew the easy play. Andy LaRoche collecting the home run, the 16th given up by Doug Davis this season. Pirates have homered 13 times now in their last 7 games here at PNC Park. The last 13 games, they've out-homered their opponents 21-11. since the beginning of July. And we understand the Pirates team makeup is much different, of course, but since the beginning of July, Pittsburgh tied for 5th among National League teams in home runs, behind the Cubs, Diamondbacks, Phillies, and Braves. Jaramillo gets a rare start since Domet was activated. McCutchen not starting tonight. He's okay, but as John Russell said earlier today, it's a good chance to give him a rest. He's played every game. Domet as well. Reaching out on a fly ball to right. Second out here in the second. 1-800-SAFE-AUTO reminds you that you are safe at home with Safe Auto, proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure. Ohlendorf.
He's a kind of a genial kind of guy. He has time for everybody. He was talking to his teammates in the dugout, saying hello to Montero and home plate umpire Doug Eddings. Could be the start of a Sean Casey career. Sean Casey, the mayor, they used to call him.
Ohlendorf had a hit against Doug Davis, by the way, in Phoenix. In fact, he's 2 for his last 3 at bats.
You talk about a slow curveball, 66 miles an hour, 67 miles an hour from Davis. 5-10 overall, but a 3.73 ERA for the season.
Bounce to Reynolds. And 5-3 on the putout. Andy LaRoche, home run number 5. Pirates on the board and lead 2-0. As a minor league free agent by the Pirates, we take you back a couple of years ago. Brian Giles at the plate. Salazar, highlight reel catch over the right field fence, robbing Giles of a home run. Salazar would go 3 for 4 that day as the Diamondbacks would beat Greg Maddux. And look who was on the mound, Doug Davis.
What a catch.
He got the win, thanks in large part to the great catch in right field in Phoenix by Jeff Salazar.
You know, there's different ways you can make a sterling catch and go up over the fence. A lot of times the guys will be all the way back there. They'll get to the fence and then time their jump. Well, he had to run and time it while he was running. I mean, that doubles the quality of that catch.
Most of this season spent at AAA Indianapolis, and he figured his chances of making The Pirates out of spring training were slim because he's a left-hand hitter. The Pirates at that time were overloaded with left-handed bats. Same reason Garrett Jones had little chance of making the team. Craig Monroe, you'll recall, made the club. He has since been released. Ball one on Stephen Drew. Flied out in the first. Ollendorf walked a couple his last inning. And a fly ball to center. There is Salazar. Salazar, the Oklahoma City native. One-time top prospect in the Rockies organization. And here, speaking of prospect, well, prospect no longer. Gerardo Parra, Rookie of the Year candidate. 22-year-old native of Venezuela. Ball one on Parra, who hit his 8th triple of the season. 8 triples, leading all rookies.
I think it's official now that Ross Ollendorf no longer has any indication of a hesitation in the middle of his windup.
And
very distinctive early.
And what would you say about that? You'd like that better?
It's fine.
I agree with you.
And I thought the other was fine too, because it's all what what makes you feel comfortable as you go into your pitching windup and your set of mechanics. Right now, it's all kind of one piece. Before, he had stopped in the middle. He said it felt good, felt rhythm, and if it felt good to him, stop the fight.
He was watching a Mike Gonzalez game, former Pirate. I've been watching Gonzalez, and Gonzalez has an exaggerated rock at the start of his windup. Ollendorf doesn't do it anymore. And Parra takes pitch very close. 3-2.
Again, it seems like that side of the plate is not available for Ross Ollendorf right now. Now, see, from that perspective, I think that's a strike because the camera's on the shortstop side of the pitcher.
Deflects off the pitcher and into right field, and Ollendorf limps towards second base. A base hit for Parra.
Well, got the bad bounce. Sometimes you'll get the bounce to one of your infielders. This one, well, you got Young moving one way and the ball going back the other way.
Unfortunate hop off the foot. Ollendorf. Talked this before. We won't call him Jim Bibby just yet, but boy, perspiration is an issue.
Yeah.
It's not really unpleasant in Pittsburgh tonight, but it really doesn't matter. Ollendorf, he'll have to go in there and change, according to John Russell. We asked him about that. They'll switch jerseys during the course of a ball game. Not a whole lot you can do.
Good lead. And the Diamondbacks love to run. Where'd they come in second in the National League in stolen bases?
Yeah.
Before last night's ball game. So they're going to have to see if they can keep track. Parra's just been so-so. 9 attempts, been thrown out 5 of them. Pretty good lead.
Very close, yeah.
Well, he was close to getting the strikeout on Parra and close to getting the call at first base. Correct call.
Taking all the way, a strike.
There's all kind of subtle choreography in the game of baseball. You see a guy sliding back, extending the arm out. You see the fielder's glove coming back the other way. I mean, almost dance-like in a way as you slowed that pickoff attempt down. Guy coming back one way and then the tag being applied over top.
Good move. Parra diving back. Parra has.
He's got it measured, so he knows exactly how far he can go. Ollendorf is quick for a big man.
Parra with 4 steals and 9 tries.
It would be nice if he dives back there and Steve Pearce just steps on his hand so it can't go any further. And tags him out.
0-2 on Upton.
%, less effective than you would like. You like that 30% mark. The other side of the coin, similar. Montero about 18%. So you could see some steal attempts tonight.
But then it goes back. Who do you not blame? But when you look at those numbers, is it because when Jaramillo catches, the pitchers aren't doing a real good job?
Well, it's
holding runners.
It's a 2-man deal. I mean, you've got to help each other. Your pitcher's got to give you a chance, and then it's up to you to make a good, quick throw. But if he doesn't give you a chance, there's nothing you can do as a catcher. I put it on the pitchers.
Third base hugging the line. Nice. A foul ball. Good decision, huh?
Yep, very good. I don't think he had anything available if he makes that early commitment to get the ball. Those are those quick decisions you have to make, and he makes a good one.
Southwest Field Cam shows you the ball just at the last moment. Foul ball. 0-2 on Upton. Talk about the Diamondbacks strikeouts. Upton, in 388 at bats, has struck out 102 times.
Got a good chance of looking at the 103rd when you're behind the count 0-2. A lot of options available to the pitcher. Let's see what Mr. Jaramillo wants here. That's the slider. Keep it out of the strike zone. Good block. As you go along in a major league career, a pitcher, when he gets those 0-2 counts and he's going to try to get somebody to chase, yeah, you want to keep away from the strike zone, but you'll get to the point where you've got confidence in missing by a little bit rather than a bunch. But until you get to that point, your catchers have to be very alert. It's their responsibility to help you out while you're in that kind of learning curve.
Slowly hit to the right side. And the toss by Delwyn Young to first.
Awkward play because that ball had no hurry to get out to second baseman Delwyn Young, and Ollendorf is not a factor, and it's a long run for Delwyn. And now what do? Go up and throw it overhand or shovel? Well, he shovels, and it he gets it done. That's the bottom line.
Still learning that position. Second base, his 12th start with Pittsburgh at second.
Yeah, that's an awkward play, really, for anybody, because you got such a long way to come in. Then you got to decide which way you're going to try to get over to first base.
Mark Reynolds with a man in scoring position, 2 outs. He takes strike 1. He struck out in the first inning for the 147th K of the season. Ryan Howard of the Phillies next with 129 strikeouts.
Good pitch. Good effective pitch. Sets up your slider again, now out away, or you can stay inside, but it lets the batter know that you're out there. You can't get comfortable. You can't dive out to protect that outside corner with as much confidence as he would have if he hadn't been moved back a little bit. Now they're going to go back out.
Outside.
Good concept. A little too far outside.
Reynolds ahead of the count, 2-1.
Boy, got really in on the hands.
When you does that, boy.
When you see a catcher set up inside to a right-hand batter in that kind of situation, you're not going to have a breaking ball. You don't set up a target area for breaking balls inside to a right-hand batter. Very rarely, if you're looking for kind of a backdoor type of a pitch. But usually when the catcher sets up inside to that right-hand batter, it's going to be a fastball.
Three and two.
Good job by Jaramillo. Ohlendorf down, missing downstairs, where if you're going to miss, you want to miss down there.
At 55 pitches. Ohlendorf has 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. He has gone 6 innings or more 13 times in 21 starts. He's gone 7 or more innings 5 times.
As we said, the last 3 starts, 2 earned runs in each of them. So he's been quite consistent recently. Start before that, just 3. So been on a good roll of keeping his ball club in the ball game. Now, Jaramillo wants to talk to him.
Nice to get him because Miguel Montero, left-hand hitter, is on deck and he's been hot. Of course, Reynolds is their home run and RBI leader. So no day at the beach by any stretch as Mark Reynolds got him to strike out in the 1st inning.
Ross trying to get that sweat off his arm. Well, he's no stranger to warmth. If he grew up in Austin, Texas, did some pitching.
Yeah.
He knows all about sweating and warm
Well, you remember Jim
circumstances.
Bibby?
Oh,
1st inning, that sweat would be just almost pouring off the bill of his cap. Runner breaks, uncontested for 3rd, and it's ball 4. Stolen base for Parra, standing, and it's 1st and 3rd. That's the 3rd walk allowed by Ohlendorf. Loses Reynolds on the 3-2 pitch.
no awareness or concern. No awareness, concern for the runner taken off the 3rd base.
Saw Ronnie Cedeno for the Pirates steal 3rd base uncontested during a walk to Andrew McCutcheon. And Montero takes ball 1. Miguel Montero, 6 hits in his last 16 at bats over his last 5 games. Batting at a .358 clip over his last 24 games, and the fake to 3rd, look to 1st move.
Well, Ross got a chance to be in that 60 pitch count neighborhood in the 3rd inning, and you just projected it's all about 100 pitches. It's not about length of time you're out there, a number of innings.
Pierce, oh wow, what an aggressive play that is.
Nice play by Steve.
No hesitation. A quick toss to Ohlendorf. 2-0 Bucks.
little messy, because if Steve Pierce stays at first base, I don't know if Ross Ollendorf is going to be able to get to the wall. He might, but it took all the uncertainty away by Steve Pierce making that aggressive play to come in and take the ball.
Nicely done. Ronnie Cedeno singled in the bottom of the first inning. He grounds it sharply, but at second baseman Ryan Roberts. Take another look. Steve Pierce, we've talked a lot about it. He is very happy to be back in the big leagues, but most especially because he's back in his natural position, first base.
He takes it, and don't discount the ability of Ross Ollendorf to move immediately off the mound, knowing he might be needed over there.
Now Lasting's Millage. Sacrifice push bunt his last time. There's Steve Pierce. Lasting's Millage, a controversial look last night. I guess it was controversial.
Yeah, now the classic look.
Yeah, he's
classic
back
black tuxedo look.
Black shoes, had the gold laces last night.
They were more than gold. They were yellow.
All right, there it is. I guess Major League Baseball frowns upon that.
Yeah, there's a rule. I don't know much about the details, but they have a dress code, as it were.
Didn't conform to Major League Baseball's uniform policy. This base hit is just fine with the Pirates. Major League Baseball has a rule and a basic agreement with the Players Union that says shoes have to be 51% of the team's primary color. In this case, the shoe color has to be predominantly black. And so team president Frank Cooley said after the game last night that they would address the issue with Lasting's Millage, who had the socks pulled up high for the first time and made the shoes stand out even more. He said he was told after the game that he can continue to wear those shoes as long as the pants are down.
Well, give me a break about a dress code. When you have pants that are down, they're down to the point where they look like they're getting ready to drive behind a horse at the Meadows. The sulky drivers have those kind of pants. So for them to get touchy about the colors is...
Nope, picked off Millage.
Doug Davis does it better than anybody in the National League. That's number 7. Well, are they going to call that a caught stealing then?
I think so.
That, my friends, is a pick-off.
A pick-off caught stealing.
Well, okay, is that part of that 7-item total?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, because that's all about the pitcher, just waiting until the commitment comes.
Millage gets some pats from his teammates. Delwyn Young spanks it right at Drew. A couple of hard hit balls and a base hit, but just 3 batters faced. Nothing to show. 2-0 Bucks.
By Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. And by Aflac, we've got you under our wing.
Time for the Aflac trivia question.
Aflac!
Here it comes. Which Diamondbacks broadcaster or broadcasters have won Gold Gloves and how many? Easy for me to say, Raz. Which Diamondbacks broadcasters? Okay. You getting this, Steve?
Yeah.
Have won Gold Gloves and how many? There we go. Is fouled off by Ryan Roberts. Is it Gabe over there? Oh, Gabe, hang on there, man. He's got the big glove, but no. Oh,
That was not pretty. Try it again.
oh, that was intentional. Gabe's looking to be on a top play. I know it. There's a drive deep to left, hooking and foul. Ryan Roberts. That was the late dive you see so many fielders make to try and get on the highlight reel.
Yeah.
Ryan Roberts. Steve, who is Ryan Roberts? He's hit 3 home runs
Why
against
is he
Pittsburgh.
doing these things to us?
2-2, they'll appeal it. Ryan Knight said he didn't offer it that one. Ryan Roberts getting a chance to play every day now for the Diamondbacks. Checks, takes, and it's 3-2. Roberts signed as a minor league contract over the winter. Now, you like the tattoo, Steve?
Oh, not really.
No?
I did speculate on the fact that it'd be an interesting matchup with Bob Gibson or Don Drysdale.
You think Gibby wouldn't like that?
Yeah, that's a
Drysdale?
runway 2-9 incoming.
And a walk. Another free pass.
There's my guess for your trivia. You know it's right.
I can't read your writing.
Can I say it? Can I say my guess?
Let's ask the trailer and the head gypsy.
Say Mark Grace for 4 and Matt Williams for 4.
Fly ball to right center, and the center fielder Salazar making the catch. Well, I guess, to be fair, we should give the list of broadcasters who they are, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm going to add to this is my initial guess.
Sure, because when you find out everybody involved, you got Matt Williams, you got Todd Walsh, Darren Sutton, Oscar Soria, Greg Schulte, Miguel Quintana, Jeff Munn, Mark Grace, Joe Garagiola, and Tom Candiotti.
I'm going to tell you Joe didn't win any.
Garagiola did not win a Gold Glove?
No. Glenn's not eligible because he's not a broadcaster.
Good point. Sherlock is not home. They're away.
No, don't ever do that again.
If just trying to think, is it Kate Holmes who married Tom Cruise, right? Steve, you with me on this one?
Yeah.
If she marries Glenn Sherlock and he decided to take on her name, he'd be Glenn Sherlock Holmes.
Elementary, my dear boy.
He got under that one. Millage with room. And that comes in. 2 down. Leadoff walk to Ryan Roberts. 4th free pass for Ohlendorf. And he faces Doug Davis. Ball 1 on the pitcher. He bounced to shortstop Ronnie Cedeno his first time up.
Why would Kate Holmes want to marry Shirley? Not why.
Well, I can't believe you're still thinking about it. How about that? We got that note, by the way, from our good buddy Greg Johnson, traveling secretary of the Pirates. Thank you, Greg, for that one. Strike is called 1-1 on Doug Davis.
He's got more than that. He's got a bunch of
He
them.
does. One and 2 now. And here comes the final pitch of the inning. 5-3 on the putout. So the walk doesn't hurt Ohlendorf. Makes it through a few more pitches. Pirates lead 2-0. Which Diamondbacks broadcasters have won Gold Gloves and how many? Steve, your answer was 8.
Yeah, I had Grace for 4 and Matt Williams
for 4. Okay, now we're zooming in, I believe, on the television booth for Grace. Oh, you're 1 off. We're going to give you the W. Darren Sutton and Mark Grace.
Let's have a look and see if I'm right.
Mark Grace in the white shirt, and I believe Mark Grace will be Steve Blass's guest on Sunday for Greats of the Game on the pregame radio show.
Well, I have it in the media guide that won 4 Rawlings Gold Glove Awards, I think, for Matt Williams. So we'll correct our guys down in the truck.
Okay, so they were wrong.
Yeah.
So you were right. It's 8.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why are you looking at me in such disbelief? Because you always do.
Yeah. What new? And Garrett Jones pops this ball way up there. 1 down in the bottom of the 4th inning. Coming up tomorrow night, the finale of this series against the Diamondbacks. It's a T-shirt Thursday. All fans get a Pirates T-shirt. Sponsored by LaRoche College. And you see Jesse Chavez showing you the good-looking T-shirt you'll receive when you come to the ball game tomorrow night. You can visit Pirates.com or call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS. T-shirt Thursday, tomorrow night. Come on out and check out Kevin Hart making his Pirates debut tomorrow. Kevin Hart acquired in the Cubs deal, along with a couple of other players for Tom Gorzolani and John Graybo. Kevin Hart, 3-1, 2.60 earned run average, starts for Pittsburgh against Max Scherzer. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pierce. He walked in the second. Two balls and a strike. Now the count 3-1 on Pierce. We're getting word from our trailer and the folks that put together those trivia questions, which have been controversial over the last couple of years. Entertaining, perhaps. But we understand, we're being told by the judges that, well, Mr. Sherlock, you were correct. The trailer was wrong. 8 is the total, and swing and a miss or strikeout number 2 for Doug Davis. Matt Williams played for the Indians, of course, in 1997, and he won a Gold Glove that year. But I don't think the question was how many National League Gold Gloves there were. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Yeah, that sounds like a recap.
It was not a National League question. It did not say specifically National League Gold Gloves. So, Steve, well done.
Well,
you beat the judges again.
All you try to do is like the umpire, get it right. Just, that's all I'm trying to do is just get it right. More off-speed stuff from Doug Davis. And, he's not a flamethrower going in. He's got that slow curve that's been a feature of his. But he does get his share of strikeouts. And you immediately assume that he's got a pretty good fastball. And his fastball is all right, but it's not dazzling.
Shot up the middle by Andy LaRoche. He homered off Doug Davis in the second to give the Pirates this lead. He's 2 for 2.
Well, to be quite frank, the Pirates have had some good at-bats, better at-bats tonight. They've hit some balls hard. And this ball's a bullet past Davis. There were 3 balls well hit last inning, the bottom of the third. Pirates came up empty. The at-bats much better tonight than they were last night, for sure.
Salazar the other way, into left fielder Hara for the final out. After 4 innings, still a 2-0 Pittsburgh advantage. Perry Hill, as is the case every day, early before the gate, well before the gates open, working with Delwyn Young at second base, and Zach Duke acting as the first baseman. And look, Duke misses his target, John Russell, and hits Perry Hill. Perry Hill walks up. Why do you have to do that? Duke just couldn't help himself. He just threw a breaking ball.
It's all part of the game.
Perry Hill wanted to eject him. Aspen will make you smile.
You know, among other things, all the credibility and everybody, the accolades he gets for his work with working with infielders. He is such a personal guy.
Yes, he is.
Enjoyable man to be around.
John Russell, meeting with the media earlier today, had a lot to say. Asked about Andrew McCutchen, of course, out because of the blow to the head. First baseman's glove kind of swiped at him, and he said McCutchen was a little woozy. Felt good today, but played every game since he's been here, so good day for a day off. Nice to get the Salazar a start and more than one at bat in a game. And also talked about how anxious he is to see Kevin Hart pitch tomorrow, Pirates debut. A broken bat, foul ball here. And John Russell says the next 2 months are important for these guys to show what they can do. Need to go out and win, need to compete, grow as a team. He mentioned that the Pirates are tied with the Reds, that other teams are falling back a little bit. And he said we just need to go out and win. I know we just lost three in a row, but there's a sense of excitement on the bench, and guys want to work with Perry Hill. So there's a different feel in the clubhouse and on the bench. And he thinks that Pirates are going to have a good couple of months. Stephen Drew has flied to left and flied to center. J.D. Drew's younger brother. J.D. Drew with the Boston Red Sox. Cedeno has to hurry. Does.
That was a tough play. Andy LaRoche was not going to be able to get it and cut it off before it got into the deep short area. And again, Cedeno throwing off balance. Close play at first base. And they get the call. Not only had to go over, but the ball wasn't sharply hit, so that kind of compounds the difficulty. But he cleans it up.
Talking to Ronnie Cedeno yesterday about this infield. There's a line drive to right center field and a diving catch by Salazar.
Well, he gets a circle around that one. Andrew McCutchen. Got to respect that effort. So a tough situation on the triple in the first inning, but he pays Para back.
Salazar making the catch. Two outs, brings up Justin Upton. Upton has grounded to first, bounced to second. See if Ohlendorf can enjoy his first 1-2-3 inning. He falls behind Justin Upton 2-0. 3-0. He got the first two outs in the second inning and walked the next two hitters. He had two outs in the third and walked Reynolds, walked the leadoff man Roberts in the fourth.
You'd just as soon have Mark Reynolds lead off in the on-deck circle. Yeah, that's one of the few times he's gotten that call on that fastball in the outside corner to the right-hand batter. It's your responsibility to learn the umpire's strike zone. It's not his responsibility to learn yours. He's the one that makes the calls. You have to adapt to what's happening with your home plate umpire every time you go out there.
Going to have a 1-2-3 fifth inning.
Nice.
4.5. Ohlendorf and the Pirates lead the D-backs 2-0. Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Jason Jaramillo takes ball one. He flied to right in the second. Pops this ball up. Upton with the catch. One down. Upton made an error last night. His 8th of the season. 8 errors for Upton. This starting 9 of the Diamondbacks, including Doug Davis, who's committed 3 errors, 52 miscues. 52 errors for 9 players on the field. That's more than the Pirates and the Phillies team total of 45. Pirates and the Phillies, the fewest errors in the league. 1 ball, 1 strike. Diamondbacks a 48-59 record.
So as a team, they're down toward the bottom.
Just ahead of the Nationals, right? In terms of errors?
And team batting average. So not the kind of combination you're looking for.
A.J. Hinch replaced Bob Melvin. Ohlendorf chases. 3rd strikeout for Davis. 2009 Pirates Baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It's on. Pirates won't be traveling until Monday. Still 1 more with the Diamondbacks and then 3 over the weekend with the St. Louis Cardinals. Sunday night, John Russell and his wife Jamie will be hosting a charity event. Pirates Casino Night in the Lexus Club. Sponsored by Wheeling Island Hotel, Casino and Racetrack to help raise money for Pirates charities and the Alzheimer's Association of Western Pennsylvania. The event begins at 7 o'clock at the Lexus Club this Sunday. as Ronnie Cedeno fouls it. You can contact Michelle Mejia to reserve your spot. $150 per person, includes hors d'oeuvres, dessert, beer and wine, casino games with play money that'll win you great prizes. Michelle Mejia can be contacted by calling 412-325-4969 or michelle.mejia@pirates.com. Phone number at the top of your screen on the Fox box. And a quick 1-2-3 bottom of the fifth for Doug Davis. 2-0. Ohlendorf leads the D-backs. It's the Farm Report, and we check out AA Altoona. Pedro Alvarez. Last night, 3 for 6 with a home run. Last seven games hitting .458. Pedro Alvarez this season at that level, 307, 8 homers, 23 RBIs. What was that noise?
Well, that's the cow. Farm Report.
Where'd it come from?
Comes from the cow.
I like that. That could be the lucky cow. We might have to keep him. See if we can just hear it again. How about that? Farm Report from the lucky cow.
Oh, minor league.
The Farm Report.
Well, there's nothing you can do that will diminish what Mr. Alvarez is doing right now.
No. Pedro Alvarez, along with a handful of others down at AA Altoona, performing quite well. One and two on Mark Reynolds, who has struck out and walked. Two balls, two strikes. Ohlendorf at the 86 pitch mark as we begin the sixth inning. 4 pitches into this one. And Reynolds, a fly ball to Salazar.
You know, Greg, when you address that whole situation, you know, when it comes right down to it, if you in the minor league are developing guys to pitch 100 pitches, and that's the way you train them, that's the way you develop them, then you really can't expect to have it different when they get to the big league.
Well, they counter with the idea that if you want to stay in games longer, then don't throw 120, 130 pitches. That's what their argument is. But yeah, I like, Nolan Ryan, the president of the Texas Rangers, said he's starting from the minor leagues. He's going to start developing guys that believe that they need to pitch not 5 or 6 innings, but 7, 8, 9 innings. So Nolan Ryan trying to in a sense of
trying to break
come
that
back
spell.
to the old days. Yeah. Do you remember how many pitches you would throw during the course of a game on average?
No, I mean, they didn't count the pitches, but somebody sent me a pitch count the last game of the World Series and 130 pitches.
If I'm not mistaken, I think only one time all season has a Pirate pitcher thrown as many as 130 pitches. And I think that was Ian Snell. And Snell said something about it. Do you remember that, Steve? Like the next start after, he said, I tried my best, but this is all I had essentially. And I wonder if that didn't bring kind of a red flag up. Because I don't think anybody's approached it since, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, everybody, knowing Ryan notwithstanding, everybody's very, very cautious. I mean, well, for one thing, there's a lot of money invested.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with Jim Colborn, a former Pirates pitching coach. I said, what's your take on all this? He says, my take is that when you were pitching, your arm was worth about 15 grand a year when you were young. These arms are worth a little bit more.
Oh, hit well to left. Millage back at the wall and gone. Ryan Roberts. Amazing what this guy has done to the Pittsburgh Pirates. 3 of his homers have come against Zach Duke in 2 games, because he hit 2 of them last night against Duke and 1 in Phoenix. Roberts.
And he moved him down in the batting order, and he hits this ball almost 400 feet.
It's a 2-1 ball game. Ryan Roberts, who in 27 previous big league at-bats coming into this season had 1 home run. That was as a member of the Toronto Blue Jays in 2006. Fly ball shallow center. Salazar coming on, and a base hit for Chad Tracy. After 2 quick outs, a home run and a single. 2-1 game. Ryan Roberts, the Fort Worth, Texas native.
And here we are in the 5th inning, approaching the 100-pitch mark, and there's activity in the Pirate bullpen. Joe Kerrigan will come out to give him a little more time.
6th inning, and he gets the first 2 outs in this 6th inning. Coming up on Sunday, the finale of the homestand. Pirates host Albert Pujols, Matt Holliday, and the St. Louis Cardinals, and all kids 14 and under get one of these kids back to school bags, courtesy of Bayer. For tickets to Kids Sunday, call 1-800-5BUCKS or visit pirates.com. Before the game, you can enjoy all the activities out on the Family Fun Zone on Federal Street, and kids run the bases after the game. Chris Young has walked and flied to left. A 2-1 game thanks to Ryan Roberts hitting his 5th home run. And just 153 at bats with the Diamondbacks this season.
But he hits them all against the Pirates.
4 of his 5 against Pittsburgh.
3 in the last 2 games.
The breaking pitch from Ohlendorf is a ball, 2-1. And 1 on Young. The pitcher Davis on deck.
2 quick outs, the home run, the base hit. You wonder if Ross is looking ahead to try to work against his mound opponent.
Another breaking ball.
Will be the case. 4th walk.
It's 5, isn't it? Take a look again at the pitches per inning 21 in the second and third.
The fifth inning was good. He had that 1-2-3 inning.
Walked 2 in the second back to back. He walked 1 in the third inning. A leadoff free pass to Roberts in the fourth. And here he walks Young with a man on, and now it's Davis.
Five free passes.
Said going over 100 pitches only twice previously this season. By the way, were you surprised at all that, I don't care how many pitches Yusmeiro Petit had thrown last night, guy working on a one-hitter. He had a no-hitter going into the eighth inning. And after the base hit to Cedeno, get the next three rather easily, that it was like a foregone conclusion when he left the mound that he was not going to go back out for the ninth.
I went off on that a little bit last night. I just it's not a factor anymore. Complete game shutouts, that used to be a particular measure of pride for starters. And I know the game has changed. I know the philosophy, the outlook is different. I know all that, and I understand that it's different. Boy, how it's changed. And that you would have to wrestle the ball away from pitchers. I mean, I got a shutout. You're going to take my shutout away? This ball game I'm in control of this ball game, but it's not the way they play it anymore.
Now the game has changed. Still 1-2. A.J. Hinch was their director of player development in his fourth season in that role when he replaced Bob Melvin May the 8th. The D-backs were 12-17. Third baseman LaRoche will throw to first for the final out. With 2 outs and nobody on, Ryan Roberts homers off Ohlendorf to cut the lead in half, 2-1. Foul ball. Gabe up. Take a look. What do you think of the form, Steve? What's the late dive? Now, why the dive here is what I'm going to ask Gabe. Why dive there?
He wants to get on television, a highlight show.
Yeah, to get on the Coors Light Freeze Cam. Brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Hastings Village leads off. Sacrifice bunt. I believe they gave him credit for sacrifice. Better double check that. But that was a bunt, was it not?
Well, it was a push bunt. I thought he was bunting for a base hit myself.
I know, but a lot of times.
Yeah, they'll still give him credit. The Pirates broke the spell in the second inning with the LaRoche 2-run home run, but since then it's gone back to zeros from Doug Davis and Arizona Diamondbacks.
Millage, Delwyn Young, Garrett Jones. Three balls, no strikes. All the charts, all the scouting reports. So much information available. Hitting coach Jack Howell there, pouring over that info.
There's some charts that look like a traditional scorecard, but there's a lot of other ones. Pitch locations, the type of pitch. Not just strike a ball, strike inside corner, ball up and away.
Oh, 3-0, and then looking at the next three. For the strikeout, one down. That's a new look scoreboard that has so much information on it. Doug Davis gets the call from Doug Eddings. Lastings Village.
And acknowledging the
Yeah.
call.
Delwyn Young in a soft liner to second. His first at bat bounced to short in the third. Pirates with just 4 hits got the 2-run homer from Andy LaRoche in second. Kevin Hart pitches tomorrow night. His Pirates debut. Fly ball to right. 2 up, 2 down.
It's been a while since he's pitched. I think last outing was a 12-3 win. The Cubs got him a bunch of runs.
Yep. Ollendorf talks with Joe Kerrigan, and with the bullpen still loosening, it's almost looking as though that's it for Ollendorf. Garrett Jones has struck out looking and popped up one day after being named the National League's Rookie of the Month for July. Broken bat. Fly out to right. Through 6. Still a 2-1 game. 4 hits, 1 run. Our A&L Motors game summary. Andy LaRoche, 2-run homer in the second. That breaks the string of 29 consecutive innings without scoring a run against Arizona. For LaRoche, his 5th. And Ryan Roberts, his 5th. And his 3rd in the last 2 games. 4 of the 5 against Pittsburgh. A solo homer with 2 outs last inning. Hits even at 4 apiece. Ohlendorf done. Pitch count got up because of the 5 walks. He gives way to the Pirates bullpen.
Jesse Chavez coming on here to face the top of the batting order.
Stephen Drew 0 for 3.
Team leading 49th appearance for Jesse.
1 2/3 innings on Sunday against Washington. Bullpen will have to be as strong for the Bucks. It has not been the last couple of seasons against Arizona. The Diamondbacks have won 17 of the last 25 meetings against Pittsburgh. The Pirates relievers are 1 and 8 in those 25 games. And a strike 3.
Ross Ohlendorf tonight, very good 1 run over the first 6 innings, and he departs. Working downstairs, doing his job, getting over to cover first base. Having himself a good night, but he is gone. Nice job by Chavez against Stephen Drew. Showed him some medium-sized stuff, and then came with a fastball and got the call 3rd strike.
Ohlendorf looking for his 10th win.
You can win it, can't lose it, but it's going to have to be, as you said, a strong job by the Pirate bullpen. When you get down to it, would it be safe to say that your starters average around 6 innings?
Yeah.
Okay, you're looking for 3 innings. That's a third of the ball game. You've got to get out of the bullpen guys night after night after night. Of course, that's why I have 12 guys out there too. That's all part of that equation. That's why, to me, that's such a pivotal thing to get that 7th inning.
Yeah, because
now you're down to the finish line.
up.
So now you're 6 outs, and you can mix and match, and you just seem to have a better opportunity to do it exactly the way you want to do it.
I think in large
3
part,
innings, that's a whole different feel.
I think in large part the media, to a degree, is to blame for it because of that quality start stat. It comes up, I imagine, in arbitration cases even. It's like it's not an official statistic, but so much is made of the quality start. 6 innings, 3 runs or less. And so that's kind of been like the bar for these guys to get over that 6 inning. Just get a 6 innings. Strike 3, 2 down.
Well, it's quite simple. If throwing 100 innings in the minor leagues, you can't be expected to throw more than 100 innings in the big leagues. And if you want to be more efficient, if you want to be more efficient, 100 pitches should get you in the 7th inning if you're really doing a good job. Speaking of a good job, Mr. Chavez doing well.
Babe getting booed from the folks. Missed that foul ball.
Tough night.
Yep.
Routine play just eats him up. and then a bad looking follow through, really, when you get down to it. Yep, screw that helmet on, you might need it. But night after night does his job down there. You just don't want to pick on him too much.
No, he's a great actor too. Don't kid yourself. He does great work in the clubhouse. Scott Bonnet leading the way.
Yep. Mr. Bones, nickname for Scott.
All the guys do great jobs down there. Strike ball. See if Chavez can strike out the side. Andy Olson doing Point Park proud. Well, base hit. 2-out single for Upton. So Chavez will have to face Mark Reynolds. Bat boys also work as the ball boys down the line. A lot of work goes into this behind the scenes, both clubhouses. And Chavez going to talk things over with Jaramillo before facing Reynolds. Kerrigan going to visit.
Certainly a critical point. The Pirates trying to nurse this 1-run lead deeper into the ball game, and Reynolds, with one swing of the bat, could turn it around and give the Diamondbacks a 1-run lead. So they're going to talk it over, get their strategy right, how you want to approach this at bat against the dangerous bat of Mark Reynolds.
A reminder, Pirates are paying all service fees on tickets. It's been extended now. All tickets purchased today through Friday, August the 14th. Pirates will pay all service fees. The deal includes any ticket purchased for any of the remaining Pirates home games for the rest of the season. Don't miss out on the great promotions, post-game concerts, fireworks, and more. Go to pirates.com/no fees or call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS.
Seventh inning, his team down 1. Mark Reynolds got one thought on his mind: hit the ball over the fence.
He's done it 32 times this season.
Yeah, he's got that thought in his mind a lot of the times, not just the 7th inning of a close game. Now, Jesse in the driver's seat.
Runner goes. No chance. Upton, his 16th stolen base.
That will go against the catcher as a lost opportunity for caught stealing, even when he never had a chance. Now they've got to make sure of the signs with a runner at second base. So a lot of conferencing going on here in the top of the 7th inning.
Take another look at this big jump.
No contest, about 7 or 8 strides before the ball is released toward home plate.
Southwest Field Cam, a good look from ground level. It's 83 stolen bases on the year for Arizona. Doesn't matter as Reynolds goes down swinging and Chavez strikes out the side. 7th inning stretch time. Pirates trying to stretch their lead. They're up by 1. of the game. How about Jesse Chavez striking out the side, looking, swinging, and Reynolds swinging. Trying to get a big assist for Ross Ollendorf. Tonight's Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Attention, assist of the game. Well, they paid tribute tonight on the scoreboard moments ago to longtime season ticket holder Bob Coward, attending his 2,500th game. So, Bob, what a great fan he is. What a great supporter of Pirates baseball.
That's astounding.
Yep.
So they're his Pirates.
Yes, they are.
Yep. Draw, and he's been loyal for lots and
Bob's
lots of
Bucks.
years.
Steve Pierce has walked and struck out.
Doug Davis on the hook. He's not made very many bad pitches. Got the ball up to Andy LaRoche. Cost him 2 runs, and he's living with that pitch at the moment. And to get the 2-run homer to give the Pirates the lead.
One-two on Pierce. Doug Davis, his last time out, went 6 innings against the New York Mets.
Time before that, he shut Ollendorf and the Pirates out this time around. So his last 2 starts, 12 innings, just 2 runs given up. But the previous 2 before that, he got knocked around.
Oh, Eric visiting the enemy camp, Steve.
Yep, he might be filling them in on the fact that, yeah, there were 8 Gold Gloves.
Pierce a drive to center, but plenty of room for Young. One out. And so Doug Davis has gone 6 1/3 innings for the first time since July the 7th. 8 times he's gone 7 or more. "15 times this season he has thrown 100 or more pitches. We're talking about Ollendorf 3 times 100 or more. For Davis, 15 times.
Doug has that very delivery, almost a 2-piece delivery. He starts out with full windup, kind of a hesitation, then moves on through.
And a walk to LaRoche, who's on base for the 3rd time.
First walk given up by Doug Davis, who came into the game ranked 2nd in walks allowed, so very good in that category. Now you wonder, Andy LaRoche doesn't run very much, but the Pirates still not doing much of anything offensively. You wonder if he would consider taking off. Now the catcher doesn't throw very well numbers wise, but you got Doug Davis, a left-hander, who's got a very good move, looking right at you.
Hard guy to run on.
Yep.
Davis. 0-1 on Salazar.
But you're down in that part of the lineup. Well, stay tuned. We'll see.
There was a story in Sports Illustrated, I guess 2 issues back, that was written by Albert Chen of SI, talking about specifically the running game and when it's a smart time to go and all the statistics involving that. And heavily quoted in that story is Dan Fox, who now works for the Pirates as their director of baseball systems development. He had worked doing essays for Baseball Prospectus and the Hardball Times. Former software developer from Kansas City. And a very interesting story about we'll talk about how baseball has evolved, how the running game has evolved, and how statistics have played such a huge role recently How important is the stolen base? Strike three call.
It can be argued a lot both ways because there's risk reward. You don't want to run into outs. There's one school of thought with that. You got a guy at first base. Why take a chance on giving an out away by getting caught stealing? But if you steal, you're in scoring position. You eliminate the double play, and there's probably a body of evidence on each side. Does he have a final conclusion? Is it good to steal bases or not?
No, it's not that cut and dry. There's so much more involved, not just stealing bases, but going first to third and
base running in general.
Base running in general.
Okay.
But stolen base is a big part of that package, that story. Jaramillo bounces to third, and 5-3. The putout goes. So Doug Davis, just that one big hit by Andy LaRoche, and he still trails 2-1.
Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on.
If you're traveling and can't watch your Buccos on FSN, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv, the ultimate baseball experience featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer. Catch those you miss on demand. For more details, visit Pirates.com, where baseball is always on.
Keep it going, Jesse. Need 3 more outs from you, and then I think the script calls for Matt Capps to come on in the 9th inning. But let's deal with the top of the 8th first.
Miguel Montero 0 for 3 in this game. 6 hits in 19 at-bats against the Pirates. This is the 6th meeting of the year between these two clubs. Their final get-together tomorrow night. The Diamondbacks won 3 of 4 in Phoenix.
Again, the debut for Kevin Hart for the Pirates. Max Scherzer for Arizona.
Hart 3-1 with the Cubbies, and Max Scherzer 6-6 with Arizona. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Miguel Montero. Joel Hanrahan in the Pirates bullpen is ready. Rolled over. Time to check out Verizon Wireless Road Ahead. Pirates' upcoming games and TV schedule. We mentioned tomorrow night the finale against Arizona, and then 3 with the Redbirds. Albert Pujols, Matt Holliday, and company. Verizon Wireless Road Ahead. It's going to be it for Chavez. He pitches 1 1/3 scoreless, and so Hanrahan will face Roberts. The Columbia Gas 8-1-1 called to the pen. Apparently, John Russell likes this matchup better. Joel Hanrahan against Ryan Roberts, who's been a real thorn in the Pirates' side.
Jesse Chavez has given up 5 home runs. I wonder if he's thinking along those lines. The 3 home runs given up by Hanrahan. I don't know if that's a factor or not.
Well, Hanrahan struck out Roberts last night pretty efficiently.
That's probably more of a factor.
Didn't get the call there.
It's that first base side of home plate again.
Two and 0.
2 pitches that
the fans are barking at the home plate umpire. Popped it up. Maybe room for Jaramillo. No.
Didn't hold much back. Joel Hanrahan getting that ball in the home plate 94 miles an hour.
Ryan Roberts tonight has grounded out, walked, and homered.
He was looking to drive that ball. That fastball was just fast enough and just high enough where he couldn't quite get level with the ball. Just got under it a little bit. Foul ball.
That's fouled the other way.
95.
2-2. Roberts has 9 hits and 15 at bats in 6 games against Pittsburgh. 4 homers. 6 RBIs. Three and 2. Those tattoos said he started getting inked as an 18-year-old high school senior. Over 30 tattoos covering his arms, chest, back, neck. They all symbolize a very memorable event in his life. Apparently that one on his neck is a Japanese character that symbolizes family. He has tattooed the Pirates, has he not? Again, in 7 games played. Hey, that's not a bad idea. How about a little tattoo on your forearm there, Steve, huh?
3-2 count to Roberts.
Guess you don't care for that idea. A walk. A 1-out free pass. Hanrahan comes on and walks Roberts. Brings up Chad Tracy. Tracy has walked, flied to center, and singled. Those 3 plate appearances against Ross Ohlendorf. And ball 1.
And 1-run ball game in the 8th. You've got to keep track of the runner at first base. You don't want to have any more giveaways. So we've had, what, a couple stolen bases without a throw? Little attention paid over there.
Roberts 5 for 6 this season. Stolen base attempts.
Obviously changes everything around. He steals a base, a single gets you even. Tougher from first base.
2-0.
I'd have to talk about some signs here. If he got crossed up. Off the thumb.
This season, with the left-handed hitters at the plate, Hanrahan has given up 7 hits and 23 at bats, a .304 average against left-handed hitters. That issue has been raised now that the Pirates essentially have no lefties in their bullpen. Donnie Veal is not going to be used in tight situations. He's a Rule 5 pick. Jesse Chavez has limited lefties to a .221 average. There's Donnie Veal. And Steven Jackson is back. Lefty's hitting only 129 against him. And now Hanrahan falls behind 3-0. Joe Hanrahan over from the Washington Nationals in that trade involving Sean Burnett and Niger Morgan. This is his 14th appearance with Pittsburgh. He's been much better with the Pirates, a 3.86 ERA. 12 innings, he's walked 6 while with the Bucks. Tracy was 1 for 4 last night. Young has been on base twice via the free pass. Ohlendorf walked 5 in 6 innings. Full count.
A dicey part of the ball game.
Up by just a run.
Trying to nurse 1 run through 5 more outs.
There it goes, and fouled off. He's got a piece.
A lot of pitches thrown to Chad Tracy, a lot of fastballs thrown. He is seeing the heat from Joel Hanrahan. Doesn't necessarily mean he can catch up to it, but seems like the more you see, the better reading you have. Perhaps the closer you come to catching up.
Back to the box. Oh, a 1-hopper safe at second. He threw a 1-hopper to Cedeno.
Through the sinker.
Error on Hanrahan.
And that is a sure double play.
Wow.
Sure double play.
Russell going to make a change here, looks like. Handcuffing Cedeno, and that is it for Hanrahan, who came in and walked Roberts, but then got the double play ball from Tracy and apparently panicked, throwing the pitch in the dirt. Columbia Gas 8-1-1 call to the pen. Now it's Evan Meek. And Young has walked twice and flied out, so an interesting development here in the 8th. Jesse Chavez struck out the side in the 7th, gave up a 2-out single to Justin Upton, and then struck out Reynolds to end it. He got Montero to start the 8th inning by bouncing to second. But the Pirates bring in Hanrahan, who walks Roberts, but he could have gotten out of it because he got Tracy to hit the comeback or a double play ball. He's talking to Chavez now. And I guess, as happens on occasion, a pitcher maybe panics, throws the one in the dirt.
Yep, there's a lot of sinkers thrown to shortstops in that kind of situation. You just get excited, you get anxious, and you just throw it straight down.
It's up to Meek to get out of the mess. This is Alex Romero.
Tell you one thing, they are not playing Garrett Jones in right field to protect the corner. He is way over to right center. They're giving him all he wants from Jones over to the right field line. Not expecting him to pull the ball at all.
Romero pinch hitting for Chris Young. Evan Meek, twice in the past week or so, Evan Meek has shown great reflexes.
That is outstanding.
The other day, I think it was maybe in San Francisco, a line shot he reached up and grabbed. So excellent work from Meek with the glove. Now can he get Romero batting for Young? No. And this likely will tie the game. Millage will throw toward the plate. It's a strong throw. Ball gets away, and it's a tie game.
Good throw from Lasting Millage, and it didn't happen at home plate.
Tied at 2. Millage, take a look. So maybe Roberts, did he kind of kick the ball away? Ball and runner arriving at the same time? No. Run
And
scores.
Doug Eddings, that body language. I think he was looking for the ball, and if he finds the ball in anybody's glove,
or giving him the out call?
I think he's getting ready to ring him up.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
One of those bang plays, and if Jaramillo hangs on, whether he would have been out or not, the home plate umpire looked as though he was going to call him out.
Yep. I think they were going to get the call. Point.
2-2 game. Josh Weitzel now bats for Doug Davis. Ohlendorf will not get the win.
And Mr. Roberts will not quit hurting us.
Nope.
As he scores the tying run.
The walk. That runner at second is Hanrahan's. Evan Meek. Lefties are hitting him at a .239 clip, so not bad. Barrel of the bat goes sailing past the pitcher. Young does not throw to second, does throw to first, gets the out. Runners move up 90 feet.
What is Meek a target? Balls hit at him,
yeah.
Bats. I mean, that's a spear.
That is a spear.
And Devin Young, a late decision to go to first base, almost got burned and didn't get the out. He does get the out number 2. And the runners move up. Still 2-2.
Weapon goes sailing past the Pirates pitcher. A story on the front page of the USA Today sports section about the broken bats. According to Major League Baseball, inspection of the wood used in the manufacturing of the maple and ash bats has cut down on the number of bats that have shattered. Baseball says that the incidence of bats breaking into multiple pieces in 2009 is down 30% from last year. Of course, Don Long, Pirates hitting coach, was cut by a broken bat in Los Angeles. And look at this. A base hit will likely score 2 runs. It does. They'll get the third out. But Stephen Drew singles home a pair, and the Pirates, who entered the 8th inning leading 2-1, now go to the bottom of the 8th, trailing 4-2. What a development that was. Meek gives up on this breaking ball. Base hit to Drew that scores 2. Salazar's throw cut off by LaRoche. And Cedeno will tag Drew, but not before the damage had been done. Another look from behind home plate.
Oh, dear.
3 runs. Alex Romero is in left field. He stays in the game. Bard now in center. Parra moves from left to center. Sorry about that. Parra from left to center. And John Rauch takes over the bottom of the 8th inning.
What is he, the 6'10", 6'11", right-hander? This is...
Yep, 6'11", tallest in history. Ramon Vasquez is a pinch hitter. John Russell decided not to double switch, so he will use the pinch hitter and will go to the 9th and use another pitcher as the Pirates try to rally here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Doug Davis going 7 innings, and he's in line to get the win. Gave up the 2 runs, the homer in the 2nd to LaRoche. He sure kept his team in it. One out as Vasquez, the pinch hitter, grounds to second. Brings up Ronnie Cedeno.
The 30-year-old John Rauch, 17 saves last year. He split the time between Washington and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Louisville, Kentucky comes on, and all of a sudden it turns around and the Diamondbacks lead by 2.
Hanrahan does not record an out, does not give up a hit, and is charged with 2 unearned runs.
And is on the hook.
He walked a man. And then Meek comes on, faces 3 batters, gives up 2 hits. He's charged with 1 run. One ball, 2 strike count on Cedeno. Check swing. Foul ball. Cedeno 1 for 3. Two and 2. Ohlendorf, a strong game, 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits. We talked about the bullpen, didn't we? That the last 25 games, the Pirates coming into tonight, relievers 1 and 8. Arizona relievers 6 and 1. As the Diamondbacks have won 17 of the last 25. Pirates bullpen a 7.53 ERA against Arizona the last 25 games. 2 outs. Brings up Lasting's Village, who we understand will be credited with the sacrifice bunt now in that first inning. A single in the 3rd and a strikeout looking in the 6th. So officially 1 for 2. Also caught stealing. Jeff Karstens will pitch the 9th. With the Pirates team struggling to score runs, imperative that the starters give you the 6 or 7. We talked a lot about it tonight. Ohlendorf gave them 6, 1 run, 4 hits, and that the bullpen needed to come through. Not the case. Chavez did his job, but then Hanrahan, perhaps John Russell going to Hanrahan with the idea that he was able to strike out Ryan Roberts last night. Fly ball to right. And the out recorded. The Pirates go meekly from the 8th inning onto the 9th. 4-2 Arizona. Brought to you by Chevrolet. Eli Whiteside. His first home run was a grand slam for the Giants as they beat Houston in Houston 10-6. Angel Pagan was 3 for 4, tripled homer, drove in 4, 9-0 win over St. Louis, but the Mets lose another player. We'll tell you about that. Pedro Martinez, his first rehab start, 6 innings, 11 strikeouts for the Phillies in a minor league rehab start. And Major League Baseball will investigate the incidents involving Prince Fielder last night at Dodger Stadium. After the game, he went to the clubhouse to try and confront Guillermo Mota, who had been ejected for drilling Fielder with 2 outs in the 9th inning. in a 17-4 rout by the Dodgers over Milwaukee. One of their players was hit, so Mota, I guess, returned the favor. And after the game, Fielder charged toward the clubhouse in Los Angeles to try and talk directly to Mota. He was stopped by some security people and a couple of his teammates. Fly ball to left. Parra's the first out. Karstens now pitching for the Pirates in the ninth. Jonathan Neese, by the way, the pitcher, was hurt and blew out, I think, a knee today for the Mets. So they just keep losing players left and right, even though they won that game. Justin Upton at the plate, 1 out of 4. Neese is out for the season. Just another player, rookie Jonathan Neese. Tore his right hamstring covering first base against the Cardinals. You have to believe that Mets franchise is in a whole lot of trouble. Put a lot of money into that payroll. A lot of guys hurt. Don't know who's coming back this year, next year. 10 games out. Yep. 10 games out in their division, fading fast in the East. They haven't faded. Past tense already. They've already had 9 players on the disabled list. Luis Castillo was out of the starting lineup a day after he sprained his left ankle when he slipped and fell in the dugout yesterday. Meanwhile, the Pirates trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Things look pretty good. The 2-run homer in the second by Andy LaRoche. Ryan Roberts homered in the 6th off Ohlendorf, who allowed just the 1 run in 6 innings. And after Jesse Chavez pitched a scoreless 7th and got the first out in the 8th, he was taken out in favor of Joel Hanrahan, who walked Ryan Roberts. But even with that walk, Hanrahan was still going to get out of it when he got Chad Tracy to hit the double play comebacker to the mound. Instead, he threw a 1-hopper to Cedeno, handcuffed him, went as an error. Runners first and second, 1 out. Evan Meek came on, gave up the run-scoring single to the pinch hitter Alex Romero. And then Stephen Drew singled home a pair. Base hit for Upton.
And I think, Greg, there's a concern about the lack of Pirate offense, but I think the bigger concern is a point you just made, the bullpen. If you've got starters that are going to go 6 innings, well, you better have a strong bullpen. And the bullpen has been really, really struggling. What'd you say, 1-8 in the last 25 games?
1-8 against the Diamondbacks. 25 games the last couple of years.
Oh, okay. I thought
in a 753. Nope, 7 against the Diamondbacks last 25 games. But still, it is a different looking bullpen. Much different. With Burnett gone, obviously, and Steven Jackson up. And just the one left-hander, Donnie Veal, though Pirates make the point, John Russell, Neil Huntington, that they believe they have right-handers who can get lefties out. One ball, 1 strike on Mark Reynolds. Joel Hanrahan on the hook for this one. Ohlendorf, Chavez, Hanrahan, Meek, and now Karstens. Karstens gave up 4 runs in 2/3 of an inning on Monday, following Charlie Morton. Runner goes and then stops, and he's hurt. Justin Upton is hurt.
And that's a pulled muscle of some kind, and he is really hurt. Reaching back for the hamstring, maybe.
Down on all fours right now.
Yeah, maybe a groin pull.
Well, you don't see that too often.
Yeah, don't want to speculate. I mean, that could be something more serious than a pull.
Caught stealing 2-4. Boy, he is in some kind of pain. Justin Upton, their young star, just 21 years old. 20 homers, 66 runs batted in. Younger brother of Tampa Bay's B.J. Upton. You have to figure that's not a short-term injury.
Well, he's walking a lot better than I thought he was going to be.
My goodness, to stop halfway between first and second like he did, and then drop down to all fours, you got to believe that's something serious. There's a fly ball to right. Jones makes the catch. Now the Pirates down to their last at bat. They will need a new right fielder for sure. Justin Upton grabbing his side. 4-2 Arizona. Looks to earn the win, get the win for Doug Davis. Ryan Roberts will move from second base to left field. Moving to right field from left, Alex Romero. Augie Ojeda takes over at second base.
Balls with 20 saves on the season.
Former Astros setup man, Chad Qualls.
First order of business, get a base runner. first order of business.
Delwyn Young 0 for 3. Had a base hit off Qualls when the Pirates were in Phoenix 10 days ago.
John Roush holds the fort for the D-backs for 1 inning. 3 up, 3 down. Goes away to Qualls. One thing they like about Chad Qualls, it's in 40 innings, 44 innings, 5 walks. Strike thrower.
Ohlendorf, a no decision. 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits. He did walk 5. Hanrahan would be tagged with a loss unless the Pirates can rally. Down on strikes goes Delwyn Young, 1 away.
Downstairs. Shutout day around the National League, Greg. The Phillies shut out Colorado. Cincinnati shuts out the Cubs. And Mets shut out the St. Louis Cardinals. A lot of pitching going on around the National League. Pirates still struggling for offense. Just a 2-run homer by Andy LaRoche, and that's been it.
Yeah, other than that,
the Diamondbacks continue to dominate the Pirates pitching.
Since that home run, the Pirates have collected 2 singles. Millage, and then he was picked off in the 3rd.
Just 3 base runners.
LaRoche, yep, in the 4th, and the walk to LaRoche in the 7th. No shift on against Garrett Jones. Fly ball deep, right center. And it's a 1-run game as Garrett Jones. It's home run number 11. It's 4-3. The rookie National League Player of the Month for July hits his first August dinger.
And that's that towering high fly ball that just seems to be in the air forever. As the Pirates pick up their 3rd run, it's still 1 short. That is hang time, folks.
Strong, towering home run for Garrett Jones. His first home run since July 24th at Phoenix against the Diamondbacks.
Fourth home run given up by Chad Qualls, and he's still got a run to work with.
Steve Pearce has walked, struck out, and flied to center.
Certainly capable. He's strong enough to tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat.
Check out Garrett Jones again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Andy LaRoche has homered tonight. He's on deck. On base 3 times. Qualls has converted 7 straight save opportunities since July the 4th. Ground ball, backhanded shortstop, throw to first, got him. Plenty of time actually. Stephen Drew. Apparently Pierce stumbled a bit out of the box. Yep. Andy LaRoche in the second inning with Pierce on at first against Doug Davis. Hit his 5th home run of the season. Made it 2-0. Pirates down a run now. Two.
Balls, fastball, slider pitchers. Gotten out in front of Andy with a couple of sliders. So with his number 1 pitch, number 2, they're about equal. It's a clear version of the overthrown slider.
Not giving up. That is it. The Diamondbacks come back and beat the Pirates on the final score of 4-3 in a real disappointing game tonight. For a number of reasons, and Ryan Roberts was right there in the center of it all. The Diamondbacks have now won 5 of the 6 meetings this season and 19